Well, hey there, Chef Donna here, and welcome to Everyday Homemade. Everyday Homemade is designed to teach you the basics of cooking, all the while making something delicious and homemade for your family. Today, I'm going to be making a picadillo. This is a Latin American dish, and you can find a lot of different versions of this recipe. But today, I'm going to show you mine. This is my go-to after a long, busy day at work, and I want to put something on the table really quick. So let's go ahead and get started. In order to start our picadillo today, I have my sauce pot on the stove and it's warmed up. I'm going to go ahead and add some oil, and then we're going to saute the onion. I have one onion diced. And then I'm going to throw in a little bit of garlic, get it all out of there. And then I have some green bell pepper. This is one green bell pepper that I cut up into like bite-sized pieces. So we're going to put all that in and we're going to let it soften a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is called to pincer. You may have not heard this term before, but what it means is to caramelize tomato paste in the bottom of your pan. So when I buy one of those little cans of tomato paste, you know, sometimes I only need like a tablespoon. So what I'll do is I measure them out in tablespoon servings, and then I roll it up into wax paper, and then I put them in a little baggie and I put them in the freezer. So I'm going to use about half of this tomato paste here, and I'm going to put it into the pot, and I'm going to let it cook, and I'm going to let it get kind of brown and caramelized on the bottom of the pan. This will just add more flavor to your dish. You can see the tomato paste is starting to brown on the bottom of the dish, on the pot, and that's exactly what we want. Now that the tomato paste has browned on the bottom of my pot, I'm going to add in the ground beef. Now this is, I think 10% fat and 75% beef. I do like, or 80% beef, I can do math. So I do like a little bit of fat content when I'm purchasing ground meat, because that also adds flavor to your dish. I'm going to use this little tool, and I'm going to break it up into smaller pieces, and I'm going to let it cook so there's no longer any pink. Now that my beef has browned up, I'm going to add the remaining ingredients. So I have about half a cup of tomato sauce and half a cup of white wine. I also have some raisins. This is a couple tablespoons, and it's really nice balance with the olives. Now I have olives stuffed with pimento. My husband doesn't like olives, but I absolutely love them. So I'm going to leave them whole, but if I was making this for one of my clients, I would cut them in half. There's that. I also have one bay leaf and a half a teaspoon of cumin. Now if you like cumin a lot, you can add more to it. I always like to kind of put a little in, and then I taste it at the end and make sure, you know, it's where I want it to be. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt and a little pinch of pepper. The other thing I have here is some fresh oregano, but I'm going to add that at the very end. I never want to add my herbs while it's cooking. So I'm going to give it a quick stir, and then we're going to let it simmer and reduce down, and then let the bell pepper get nice and soft. My picadillo has been simmering for about 30 minutes, and this is the consistency I want it to reduce down to. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste and see where we're at. I think this dish would be really nice with yellow rice, or you could do like a fresh vegetable with it. And one thing I love about this dish, it has the raisins and it has olives, so you have that whole sweet and salty thing going on. It's really good. The green peppers have softened, and I'm getting the cumin and then the onion and the garlic. One thing I want to do is add some fresh oregano, and this will really brighten it up. But as I said before, I always want to add fresh herbs at the end. You can add rosemary in earlier because it's really hearty. Any of your leafy type of herbs, I always put those in at the very end. Let me give it another taste now that I have the oregano in there. See if I get that. I think this is going to be a great dish for dinner tonight. And today I taught you how to pincer, which is a culinary term to caramelize tomato paste in the bottom of the pot. It'll add flavor development to your dish. I also showed you that we added white wine in, and as that reduced, that added even more flavor to your dish. And never forget, you have to season with salt and pepper, and then always double check it like as you're cooking just to see if your seasonings are where they want to be. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and if you did, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you, and hit the notification bell to never miss an episode. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day and you keep it homemade every day. Bye, everyone.